Alright, welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. We should be wrapping up the Nightmare playthrough this stream. We're already in the Ancient's Way, and this should just be, I believe it's just the Ancient's Way, the summit, the dungeon before Baal, and then Baal himself. So we're getting close. Alright. And good news is we have easy access to corpses now, so I don't have to sit here and wait for my mercenary to kill enemies to grind them out. We just walk down here, go through this portal.
I need mana.
Alright, we don't need to hang around there. Did we go past the Frigid Highlands already? Or is that past the Ancient's Way? I don't recall. That's a pretty early quest. I think we missed the soldiers or something. I'm trying to blank on that quest. Yeah, we missed that quest. Oh, we didn't finish exploring it. That's why. How'd I manage to go... I just walked across the map and called it a day. Alright, so we'll do this quest first. Whoopsies. That's why I was trying to blank. The quest is all the way back here. I was trying to think it was... I was thinking it was further into the Act 5. I'm not trying to attack you, it's with the shrine. Thank you. Going back this way, probably even get an extra level up. Always exciting. Rust burn. These enemies cluster up nicely together for our Curses. Oh, Doom had the hammer.
I can't carry anymore.
Hey, how's it going? Not South Dakota. Gotta do some backtracking because I forgot to do the quest for Qualheck or whatever his name is. Qualheck. I walked right through this area and didn't finish exploring it. Alright, that one's junk. I really only want resist or find magic items. Those are my ideal charms. How is this a hidden stash? Hanging out right there. It's going into hell difficulty. Swords rule the sharp. I will take any resistances I can. Alright, probably found a dead end. Go back. It's probably faster to TP out of here. And go back to the Frigid Highlands and then continue exploring. Just backtracking once we're done here. Alright, step 1 complete.
How may I be of help?
Maybe it wasn't. I think it is faster. We just run in a straight diagonal this way as the crow flies. We'll be back where we left off in no time. Alright, make sure you take out the unmanned towers first, guys. Hey, look who we found. The guys we definitely didn't forget about.
Help us!
Yeah, mess him up, Bert. I'm paying you for it. Hey, Hector. You alright? Looks like you're typing in tongues. Hey, one more point. Oh wait, Clay Golem should be maxed out now, right? So next, so normally you'd want to go for Revive. I'm thinking I might just max out Ray Skeletal Mage and see how that holds up in Hell. Revive is by far a better skill. It does take a little while to get there. I think it takes 10 points before the monsters you revive are stronger than their original counterparts. Though, using Revive does make the Summon Necro a little bit more active, because they expire over time. They don't last indefinitely like the skeletons do. They can be killed and eventually they just go away. Oh, I don't speak German. The Mrs. does. Well, she took German in college. which I remind her constantly when I ask her questions about the German language. Then she can't answer them. In her defense, it has been a while. I could pick up that amulet, but I already know that I have what I want, so I'm not going to. Oh, it's a sub-dialect of English speakers that only lawyers use, I guess. Oh, my guy's just getting pelted with arrows by these guys, and they're not doing anything about it.
Over here! Let us out!
Getting a little roughed up.
Follow me.
Alright, skeletons, go mess up these archers, please. Picking a fight with me, my posse's not backing me up. Hey, Qualkek. I think I was right the first time I said his name. I don't know why I second guessed myself. Well, you never spoken to, I guess, an English-speaking lawyer. But that was also a joke. So I know what's going on my throat today. Drinking tea, I assumed that would help. Which I didn't have a problem before I started drinking tea. So maybe the tea's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, super early in the night. Actually, I feel really tired. It feels much later than it is. I back the Unleashed. Thank you for the experience. I guess I can walk around if y'all want. They can't really fault the skeletons. They don't really have brains to think with. I'm not trying to get sidetracked fighting all these guys. I'm gonna head back, turn in this quest, and set out to defeat Ball. Alright.
Salutations.
Thank you for rescuing my men. They have spoken well of your bravery in battle. Perhaps there is hope for us after all. If you wish, you may hire some of my mercenaries that you saved. And please, take this set of runes. I had been saving them for a socketed shield, but I think you'll make better use of them. Be sure to set them in the right order for their fullest effect.
That's right, he gives you the runes for... It's a really defensive rune word.
Stay a while and listen. You've become a hero to this town, my friend. The shadows have lifted ever since you brought the light to Haragoth.
Yep, the plan is to finish it tonight. By the plan, I mean we're gonna finish it tonight. We don't have that much left. I had to do some backtracking here, but... Alright, let's get rid of these things.
What do you need?
Yeah, Evil dies tonight for the final time. They definitely won't come back. Well, I guess they definitely won't come back again, because Diablo's already come back once at this stage. Gosh. The boss in there somewhere. Blackheart the Impaler. Oh, they're all dead. I'm still exploding corpses, man. Once you start, you just can't stop. Dragon Thorn the Dead. Hang in there, buddy. Shouldn't be up there by yourself, man. Be a cheery gig. Signing up as a mercenary for a necromancer. It's not very often is his life actually in danger. When I first spawn in, have to get some corpses to summon my skeletons. And right there, just because skeletons ran off another direction, but rarely is he actually in any sort of danger. And he's getting paid for it. Or paid the one time. Or do we just pay his handler? I guess we don't really pay him, do we? He's got some pretty sweet gear. I don't know which way I should go. No, it's a day in advance, so I can upload it at the same time every day. I used to do it the day of, but it was so inconsistent with the upload time. And the higher the graphical fidelity of a game, the longer it takes to upload too. So like right now, Lords of the Fallen takes between 6 and 8 hours to upload. I've got decent internet speed, so it's not just internet, but file sizes are just so large. I could edit them down and make the file sizes smaller, but I feel like it takes just as long. Since the editing still takes like 3 hours, and you still have to upload it. I can upload and forget, and let it do it all day, and then schedule it. But yeah, I upload a day in advance, typically. Sometimes I do a little bit more pre-recording. That way I can schedule it so they release at the same time every day. Alright, so half freeze duration on like... Well, it can't be frozen, so I guess I don't need that. Same thing, but it gives me fire resist, heal stamina plus 25%. I lose some other resistances, but I get the 13% better chance of getting magic items. I don't know. Yeah, you predicted the title. I had already recorded that episode and titled it before you said it. The original title for it was always going to have a familiar face, but I was thinking about a familiar face and a friendly arm because you recruit Jaheira and the friendly arm in Baldur's Gate 1. I thought that'd been a little too wordy. I might still go back and change it because I was pretty happy with that title. But a friendly arm doesn't really make sense considering how she greets you. No, you're fine. I mean, it is pretty predictable. I'm pretty consistent with some of the titles. But I think it's a really solid title for episodes like that. Can't really go wrong with it. Yeah, I think I still go back and change it to add that to it, because my only hesitation was because it didn't make sense considering Jaheira and tangles you when you first see her, so it's not really a friendly arm. But you do find her at an inn, just like in the first game, so I guess that's a callback to it as well. In fact, you know what? Let's go and change it right now. I'm thinking about it. Hey gosh, this other... I hope that finishes before tomorrow. The Lords of the Fallen episode that I recorded today. Still processing. Hopefully it's done by tomorrow. If not, I have to re-upload it. That's going to be another however many hours. As the file sizes for Lords of the Fallen go from like 47 to 60 gigs in size. So I feel like this is going to be the way forward. I'm going to go this way first, then up this way. And then again, this might be the way forward. Some people I think will be really happy with tomorrow's episode as well, and some may be very unhappy with it because not a lot happens. But it is a very long episode. I think it was like an hour and 26 minutes. Also, that's the way forward. So my instincts were wrong. I did like how dark this cave is. Like you turn the corner, you see all these reanimated horde enemies just like slowly making their way towards you. If I was surrounded by a bunch of skeletons that did my bidding, it could be really horrifying. No. I haven't been inside the inn proper yet. Just around it. No, I don't know if I constitute a spoiler or not, but I won't say it just to be safe. There's a lot of housekeeping in the next episode. But also some questing. Oh, Oh, the Icy Cellar. God, there's another dungeon in here. Boom crawler. Are they using Bone Spear? That's not your spell to use. Seed Fester. Oh, that's fine. I think that's my best one. Not that the other games are bad. I'm actually enjoying all the games I'm playing currently quite a bit. It's a real shame about the Lamplighters League though, that the whole paradox and harebrained schemes like falling out, I guess. Because I think the Lamplighters League is a fantastic game, but it's not going to get much more support because the publisher and the developer parted ways. I feel like all that bad blood between them also contributed to the state of the game, at least on consoles. It seems to be fine on PC, but the console version of the game seems to be in pretty bad shape. I think it's a really charming game and it's really fun. I mean, there's still a studio, but I think like I keep hearing 80% of their staff got laid off before they're like just a few months ago, leading up to the release of Lamplighters League, which obviously puts a damper on any sort of patches or like post-release support that the game may need. But again, it's been fine for me on PC. I've just seen a lot of issues with console players. Like saves just disappearing.
I can't.
General performance issues. Now I've had some performance issues too, but they've seemingly evened out for the most part. I think it's gotten one patch for me, maybe two. Even Lords of the Fallen had some performance issues at first, and it still has a couple, not as bad. I might be able to crank up some of the other graphic sliders now, because I had to turn a couple of them down because they're causing performance issues for everybody. But I might be at the stage where I can put everything on Ultra now. Which just means that the upload time is going to take that much longer. Yeah, I like Harebrained, because, I mean, Battletech was a fantastic strategy game, or TRPG. And I've enjoyed Lamplighters League quite a bit. Don't get enough of that, like, that pulpy, turn-of-the-century style genre.
voice of the ancients.
That Decrepify will come in handy here. Alec the Defender, Madoc the Guardian, and Corlic the Protector. Hey, they mind if I just walk through?
Impossible.
Yeah. It's a sequel, but also kind of a rebranding of the series. They've kind of pivoted to follow more in the footsteps of like the mainstream Souls-like games, but it does use the lore and the lore and everything from the first game. In fact, the main character from the first game makes an appearance in the second game. So it is a sequel, but it's also a revamp and rebranding.
We are the spirits of the Nephilim, the ancient ones. We have been chosen to
Yeah,
guard sacred
I guess it's comparable in how they
We're in the world's
changed it for that as well. To more of a third-person
Are worthy to
action
stand
RPG.
in his presence.
fewer still can comprehend his true purpose.
I think the formula is still very similar with Lords of the Fallen, because they're both still Souls-likes.
You must defeat us.
These guys are tanky. The mages don't really have a chance, but they're not really doing much anyway, so that's fine. Decrepify is much better against Maul. He's a single entity boss fight. It works against these guys too. Hey. Alright, Corlic should go down any second now. Alright, it's one down. Looks like the dock is to be targeted next. Now, I'd like the golem to focus the guy that's also being slid by with skeletons. It's fine. Metallic is actually going to be the next one down, it looks like. The mercenary, I think, performs a little bit better than the skeletons. It might be close. The skeletons over here are catching up with the group over here. probably the biggest threat when playing this through the first time is probably Talic, because that R1 attack, that can mess you up, especially if you're like a melee class and you're not prepared for it. Fast animations and brighter scenes for which game? Yeah, you gotta be careful though with the summon Necro. There's a couple of bosses that if you don't bring the right skills, you can get messed up pretty easily. Like Duriel, even these guys. Not using Decrepify can... My skeletons would have probably all been killed if I didn't use Decrepify in this fight. Duriel using Iron Maiden is very beneficial. And then like Ball, for instance, you want to bring Decrepify as well. And paired with the Clay Golem. Because the Clay Golem slows... Let's see. So Decrepify slows them, their attack speed by 50%, and then the Clay Golem at 22 points slows them by 64%, and that does stack. And that makes a lot of the fights a lot easier. I'll probably do a proper Let's Play of those. At some point, I will play through all the Castlevania games, because I'm a fan of the series. Let's grab all the super potions that I can. Run through quite a few. Heals others, but couldn't heal himself. Well, technically, the canon character for the Diablo 1 is the warrior. Though, lore-wise, they all contributed to defeating Diablo, but the warrior is the son of Leoric, and the one that becomes the Dark Wanderer. Name is Aiden, and that's why I named my character in the first game Adon. So it's still Aiden, just with Don in the name. But beyond that, yeah, it's not really a true canon run. Because they tie all the characters that you can play into the story. You can find or discover the fates of all the characters in the next game. Though, actually, I don't think you find out what happened to the Paladin in Diablo 3. Or the Barbarian. The Barbarian might be the same character. I don't know if that was speculation or confirmed. Yeah, usually when you discover the characters of the previous game, in the next one, it's usually not a happy fate. It's all the characters from Diablo 1 you find in Diablo 2. The rogue became Blood Raven. You have to put down because Adario brought her back as an undead servant. The Dark Wanderer is Aiden, the warrior, and the sorcerer is the summoner in the Arcane Sanctuary. Who also went mad. You have to put him down too. Even like the big heroes of old, like Tal Rasha, get corrupted and taken over by Baal. Yeah, no happy endings for the heroes of the Diablo games. Oops, I'm gonna run up and hit that guy. What am I doing? I'm a Necromancer. Yep, and you can find a lot of the characters from Diablo 2 in Diablo 3, or at least they're referenced. It's like the sorceress you meet in Act 5 of Diablo 3 if you're playing the wizard. She'll be a spirit you can talk to in the final area. The Necromancer, I think you find one of the Necromancer's students. I don't think it's the Necromancer from the Diablo 2. And like he talks about the Necromancer from Diablo 2. And again, I think the Barbarian is speculated to be the same Barbarian from Diablo 2, or at least, I don't know if that's confirmed though. Would make a lot of sense considering how weak you start in Diablo 2. Or, sorry, Diablo 3. Who else? I don't remember the Druid being referenced anywhere. Or the Assassin. It's possible they are. Who else? Again, the Paladin, I don't think gets brought up. There might be like a journal entry or something for the Crusader that mentions the Paladin. But it's not that much earlier. It's like an hour. I usually give everybody a range. Like, I'll start between 6 and 8 p.m. Alright, these guys have got to stop dropping gems. I don't want to go back and deal with that. Man, I don't have to. I choose to. Like my shinies. What game might be easier than D2? Oh, yeah, it's implied that if you play, the Male Barbarian in Diablo 3. I don't know if it's implied or if it... I think that was just speculation. I mean, a quick search online should tell you the fates of all the characters from Diablo 2. I think I heard somebody say something about Diablo 4, revealing the fate of the Paladin from Diablo 2. But I can't confirm that either. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for Diablo 4 if I can, so... Not that I'm super invested in the story, but I still like going in blind. Maybe you're just not subscribed to my channel hard enough. Like you subscribed on YouTube, but not in your heart. That's why you don't receive the notifications. Okay, so that's what... Alright, maybe that's where the rumor came from. Well, that's garbage. But let's see how it looks. I do like the way the armors upgrade your appearance as you go. I think the breastplate's probably the best version of the Necromancer armor. That's why I was so excited to find that 3-slot breastplate that we have sitting in our inventory when I hopefully get my bone armor. It's a lot of poison damage. It'd be cool if you went down the poison tree for the Necromancer, you got immunity to poison. Yeah, it was really underpowered in Wrath of the Righteous, but they're revamping the assassin class to make the poison on it a little bit more potent and viable. The poison just isn't worth it in Wrath of the Righteous, but in Kingmaker, it's extremely powerful because you use Stinking Cloud with Delay Poison Communal, and you make a joke of every fight in Kingblade. Or Kingblade. Sorry, I saw the Dimensional Blade. In Kingmaker. I think the Sorax and Celasta were too. I bring that up because that's my first introduction to 5th edition. But they didn't like light. The light spell or daylight. Shut them down real quick. Gave them disadvantage on their attacks and stopped their regeneration. There's the way down. Go finish mapping this out real quick. You know, I never got into the Dragonlance book, so I couldn't answer that. I owned 1 or 2 of the books. Alright, we're gonna get to Ball, and I'm gonna buy him off with a bunch of gems. So I'm giving up my potions for gems. Which really, Ball's not the threat, it's the fight leading up to Ball. Where things get a little...
I can't carry you. I am over.
a little rough. No, the Sorax do not turn to stone. But if they're shapeshifted, then they revert back to their original form. I'm curious what Tactical Adventures are going to do next. So they're done with Celasta, so I'm wondering what the next project is going to be. If it's going to be another CRPG-like game, or they do something completely different. Because I think they did something great with Celasta. They got a ton of support, they had a ton of classes and levels, like they just... It's a good game. No. Diablo came out first. Now, I don't know if, well, sorry, not before. I don't know if the Dead 3 existed before Baldur's Gate. I assume that they did. I saw out the games themselves, not the actual settings. But no, a Triumvirate of Evil is... It goes back a long time. It's pretty standard to have 3 evil creatures, because, I mean, even in, like, you know, Christianity, you have the Triumvirate of Hell. So I think that's where they pulled the inspiration from, probably. Especially considering, you know, the setting of Diablo. start a war with angels versus demons. Actually, let's head back to town real quick and deal with my gems. We're approaching the end. It's time to clear out gems. Alright. How do I want to do this? Got these three. Probably need those there.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. This over here. There's some sirens in the background. All right, gems. Oh, got another one. Cool. Alright, let's get back. Alright, sorry, let me catch up with the old comments real quick. The gems distracted me. Yeah, I'm watching Loki Season 2. I've seen both episodes so far. I do not stream on Twitch. I have one, but I haven't logged into it for like 5 years, 6 years. So, nope, no Twitch. I keep all my content in one location. Makes it easier for me to manage. Also makes it easier for people to find me. Because streaming is secondary content on the channel. Let's Plays are the primary. Well, a lot of, I mean, it's a galaxy-wide event, so Order 66, a lot of Jedi are going to survive Order 66 because of just how massive the galaxy is. And, you know, using mostly clones to take them out. The clones weren't that large of a force, especially compared to the Separatists, the CIS. And that's most of what Vader did after Order 66 anyway, was hunt down surviving Jedi. But even then, he's just the one guy. I will say that, well, I'm fine with the amount that, you know, they keep showing have survived. The same trope, using them for plot points, gets kind of old. Yeah, there's really nothing stopping them from doing a more grounded story. It's not necessarily tied to, you know, Jedi and the Force. Like, do what everyone thought they were going to do with Finn in the new trilogy. You know, show imperialists that are unhappy with, you know, the Empire, or stormtroopers that are, you know, realize that they're bad guys. I mean, there's an entire galaxy of stories to tell. They kind of just keep recycling the same stuff. Which I get it with Ahsoka, because that's Filoni's creation. So he's obviously going to keep doing stuff with her until her story's over, I guess. I liked Rogue One as well. Yeah, I don't think anyone liked the sequels. Unless it was their introduction to Star Wars. But, you know, if you watch the original and sequel trilogy, then you saw the story unfold, and they're like, oh hey, remember that story that we had a conclusion to? Well, let's undo all of that and make another hero. So yeah, you know the Chosen One, that guy? Brought balance of the Force? Yeah. No, not anymore. His entire story was for nothing. Guy's running all over there. Alright, time for these annoying guys that you can't revive. Yeah, the Minions of Destruction are the only unit in the game that the Necromancer can't revive. Because they're extremely powerful and it'd make the following fight against Ball way too easy. No unique items this stream.
So this is what the ancients guard.
Alright, let's go beat up Ball real quick. Go get him, play Golem. Look how slow he's moving. And this is how the Necromancer beats Ball. I don't think he's getting any attacks off, honestly. As I play Golem slowing him by 64%, I'm slowing him by another 50%. Also reducing the damage he does, and his resistances. I remember when Act 5 wasn't a thing either. It's the former, it's pronounced Bale. I say Ball. I think Ball sounds more evil than Bale. Yeah, the Decrepify is really strong against a few bosses. Any single entity fight with a clay golem just turns into a joke. That's the Konami code. A lot faster. A mercenary used his long spear to poke him through the skeletons, but it's fine. It's almost over. Voila!
Bale never doubt my skills.
Happy Halloween!
Hello.
Yeah. Warhammer 40k is in my court, but it's pronounced Bale in game, but I still say Ball. I think it sounds better. And then, you know, the Lord of Murder is also Ball. That has the B in it. Or sorry, the H. Alright, a lot of money. Sweet. We have 2 legendary items, or 2 unique items.
Impossible.
We'll make it possible. Sorry, my cat's in my hand, so... Alright, what do we get? Death Spade. Plus 62% enhanced damage, plus 8 to minimum damage. 15% bonus to attack rating. Hit blinds target, plus 4 to mana after each kill. That's actually really good, the mana from a kill. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me any bonus to skills, otherwise I could use it. And Steel Clash Kite Shield. +1 to Paladin skills, +20% faster block rate, 25% increased chance of blocking, +62% enhanced defense. Both give you 62 enhanced, well, respective damage and defense. +20 defense, all resistances +15, damage reduced by 3, and +3 to light radius. Neat.
I am impressed, Morgan. You have overcome the greatest challenge this world has ever faced and defeated the last of the Primeval. However, we are too late to save the World Stone. Baal's destructive touch has corrupted it completely. Given enough time, the World Stone's energies will drain away, and the barriers between the worlds will shatter. The powers of hell will flood into this sanctuary and eradicate your people and everything you've labored to build. Therefore, I must destroy the corrupt
not for the
World Stone
Necro.
before the powers of hell take root. This act will change your world forever, with consequences even I cannot foresee. However, it is the only way to ensure mankind's survival. Go now, mortal. I have opened a portal that will lead you to safety. May the eternal light shine upon you and your descendants for what you've done this day. The continued survival of mankind is your legacy. Above all else, you have earned a rest from this endless battle.
Well, at least until hell difficulty. Congratulations, Dawn of the Dead. Henceforth be known as Champion Dawn of the Dead. Look how happy Deckard Cain is. Yeah, I agree. Blizzard makes good cinematics. Even now, I still watch the cinematics they release, even though I don't play any of their new games, really. I have no idea how old Leo was supposed to be in Diablo 3. I don't think they actually tell you in game, but I'm sure someone can figure it out based on like the timeline of the games. What is that green potion? Is he carrying around a poison flask? And a rejuve potion? And something else behind it? Alright. Another difficulty down. Next time we play this, we'll go through Hell. But that's it for Diablo 2 for now. Next weekend we'll do the Hollow Stream, of course. And then we'll return to Diablo 1 in Hell, and then Diablo 2 in Hell, and then back to Pathfinder. And I think it's like immediately after. I think Diablo 2 takes place like right after Diablo 1. As Aiden gets corrupted, comes up. I can't imagine. Yeah, I don't actually know. How long did it take for Aiden to become corrupted? I mean, I might have some candy. I do like those pumpkin-shaped Reese cups. And we're level 67. We're 2/3 of the way to max level. So the leveling does get a little bit more egregious going forward, so we won't see level 99. We'll probably hit, I'll say like level 80, maybe 85 by the time we beat Hell. Depending on how much grinding I have to do, if any. Yeah, let's go up. I don't know if I want to do that grind, man. Getting to 99 is not an easy feat. Unless they change the experience requirements. Yeah, I'm going to do a Let's Play of D4, but I'm not going to do D4 for a while, because I have Rogue Trader coming up. I'm currently doing 3 Let's Plays. Then Dark Envoy's coming out. I don't know if I can handle doing 4 Let's Plays at a time. That might be too tall of an order. So, I'll stick with 3. Dark Envoy will just have to be put off until Lamplighters League is done. And, gosh, but even then I still have Rogue Trader, plus the DLC for Wrath of the Righteous is coming out. So Dark Envoy might have to wait till after Lords of the Fallen is done. It's gonna be busy. I mean, unless I can try to fit 4 Let's Plays in, I just don't know if I can do that much. A lot of talking, a lot of reading. And I can't get up but so early. So, alright. That's gonna do it for the stream tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Yeah, just don't sleep. That's a simple solution. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Alright. Take care, everybody. Excuse me, Maru. I gotta get in here. Maru, I gotta click on this.